When Jisoo of BLACKPINK finally opened up about her long-awaited debut solo album, it wasn't just another entertainment headline, it felt like the beginning of a completely new chapter in K-pop storytelling, where one of the most beloved global icons is preparing to reveal a side of herself the world has only glimpsed in fragments until now. And what makes this moment even more powerful is the quiet intensity behind her words, where she hinted that this project will showcase a new side of her with a wider range, a phrase that instantly sparked curiosity, speculation, and emotional anticipation across fans worldwide because Jisoo has always been known for her elegance, emotional depth, and subtle charisma within BLACKPINK's powerful group identity, yet this solo step signals something far more personal and expansive, almost like she is stepping out from behind a global phenomenon to redefine herself as an individual artist with her own narrative voice, her own emotional palette, and her own sonic universe, and that transformation alone carries a kind of cinematic weight that feels bigger than music. It feels like identity evolution in real time, because for years fans have seen Jisoo as the grounded, calm, almost poetic presence of BLACKPINK, balancing the explosive energy of the group with a soft but unforgettable emotional resonance, and now the idea that she is preparing a project that stretches her artistic range suggests not only vocal experimentation but also conceptual ambition, storytelling depth, and possibly a genre-blending approach that could surprise even longtime listeners who think they already understand her style. And what makes this even more intriguing is how the global K-pop landscape has shifted in recent years, where solo projects from group members are no longer side experiments but major cultural events that define careers and reshape fan expectations, meaning Jisoo's album is not just a release, it is a statement of artistic independence within a framework that already holds her as a global superstar, and that duality is what makes this moment so magnetic, because she is not starting from zero, she is starting from a peak, and the question becomes not whether she can succeed, but how far she can stretch the boundaries of what people think she is capable of, and that is where the excitement builds into something almost narrative-driven, like watching a character you already admire unlock hidden layers you didn't know existed, especially when she describes it as a new side of me, which immediately invites interpretation. Does this mean a more vulnerable emotional tone, a darker aesthetic, a more experimental soundscape, or perhaps even a storytelling-driven album that blends visual and musical identity in a way that reflects her background as one of the most visually expressive members of BLACKPINK, and fans are already imagining possibilities ranging from cinematic ballads to bold conceptual pop, from stripped-down emotional tracks that highlight her vocal tone to unexpected collaborations that could bridge genres and cultures, and this anticipation is amplified by the fact that Jisoo has always had a distinctive artistic identity that feels both classic and modern at the same time, like she carries a timeless quality while still being firmly rooted in contemporary pop culture, and that rare balance makes any evolution in her artistry feel significant on a global scale, because she isn't just another pop singer releasing an album, she is a cultural figure whose creative choices ripple across fashion, media, and fandom communities worldwide, and when she speaks about expanding her range, it subtly signals a willingness to challenge expectations, to step beyond the comfort zone of established success, and to embrace the vulnerability that comes with redefining oneself under the scrutiny of millions, which is arguably one of the most difficult artistic transitions any performer can make, especially someone already operating at the top of the industry. And yet that is exactly why this moment feels so compelling, because it is not driven by necessity but by intention, not by pressure but by curiosity, and that creative curiosity is often where the most memorable artistic eras begin, where an artist stops trying to fit into what people expect and starts exploring what they themselves want to express. And for Jisoo, that exploration could open doors to storytelling that feels more intimate, more textured, and more emotionally layered than anything she has done before, while still carrying the signature elegance that fans associate with her name. And as anticipation builds, the conversation is no longer just about when the album will drop, but about what version of Jisoo we are about to meet, what emotions she is ready to share, and how this new body of work will reshape her legacy within BLACKPINK and beyond, because every major solo debut from a group member becomes a defining timestamp in pop history, marking the point where collective identity meets individual expression, and in Jisoo's case, that intersection feels especially meaningful because she has always been a stabilizing emotional force within the group, and seeing that same presence expanded into a full artistic universe is what makes this announcement feel less like news and more like the opening scene of something much bigger still unfolding.